Good morning, children. I am Pooja Pareva. With me, Sanjay Bharadwaj. Today, we will study Class 9th, Subject English, Textbook, Moments, Lesson 5, Summary. The Happy Prince. Part 1. Children, The Happy Prince is a beautiful story written by Oscar Wilde. It is a tale of a sculpture of the happy prince that was covered with gold leaves and precious gems. The statue was placed on a height such as it overlooked the city from there. What he saw from there, let's see in the summary of this lesson. So let's start. Summary. Once in a town, there lived a prince. He had been happy all his life. Being a prince, he never knew sorrow and suffering. So the courtiers called him the Happy Prince. Word meanings: Prince, Rajkumar, happy, खुश, sorrow, दुख, suffering, पीड़ा. After his death, his statue was erected on a tall pedestal in the middle of the town. Word meanings: death, मृत्यु, statue, प्रतिमा, erect, स्थापित करना, pedestal, स्थान. The statue was covered with gold and had two precious sapphire stones embedded in the eyes. A ruby stone had been fitted into the handle of his sword. Word meanings: cover, आवरण, gold, sona, precious, कीमती, sapphire, neelam. From there, he could see all around the place and realized that the people lived in a lot of poverty and misery. Word meanings: around, चारों ओर, realize, एहसास, poverty, गरीबी, misery, कष्ट. This sight saddened the prince, and being helpless, he would weep to see the plight of his people. Word meanings: sight, दृश्य, sadden, उदास करना, helpless, बेबस, weep, रोना. One day, a swallow bird was flying through the city. On its way to Egypt to meet his friends. On the way, it took shelter for the night at the feet of the statue of the happy prince. Word meanings: fly, उड़ना, meet, मिलना, friend, मित्र, shelter, आश्रय. The bird realized that the statue was weeping, and upon inquiry realized the plight of the prince. Word meanings: bird, पक्षी, inquiry, पूछताछ, plight, दुख. The helpless prince requested the bird to help him by becoming his messenger. Word meanings: request, प्रार्थना करना, help, मदद करना, messenger, दूत. After initial refusal, the bird agreed and took the ruby stone out of the sword hilt. Word meanings: initial, प्रारंभिक, refusal, इनकार, agree, सहमत होना, sword, तलवार, and delivered it to a poor seamstress whose son was suffering from fever, and she had nothing to give him to eat except river water. Word meanings: deliver, देना, seamstress, दर्जिन, fever, बुखार, except, सिवाय. The next morning, as he went to bid goodbye, the statue convinced him to stay back for one more day. Word meanings: next, ugly, bid, कहना, convince, मनाना, stay, रुकना. That day, the bird was asked to remove the sapphire stone from one of the statue's eyes and deliver it to a young playwright. Word meanings: remove, हटाना, eye, आँख, young, युवा, playwright, नाटक लिखने वाला. The playwright was very poor. He was incapable of buying food and firewood. The prince sent the sapphire for the playwright so that he could finish a play for the director of the theatre in time. Word meanings: incapable, असमर्थ, firewood, ईंधन, finish, समाप्त, theatre, नाटकशाला. Also, On the third day, the bird had to pull out the second sapphire stone for a poor match girl. Word meanings: pull out, बाहर खींचना, stone, पत्थर, poor, गरीब. Her matchsticks were spoilt after falling in the sewage. By this time, the weather had become cold and the bird had developed an attachment with the statue. Word meanings: spoil, खराब होना, sewage, नाला, weather, मौसम, attachment, लगाव. The bird did not want to leave the statue, which had now become blind. The happy prince asked the bird to go around the city and inform him of the condition of the people living there. Word meanings: want, चाहना, blind, अंधा, inform, सूचना देना, condition, स्थिति. Swallow saw different kinds of people in the city. It saw the rich making merry in beautiful houses, while beggars sat at the gates. Word meanings: different, अलग, merry, आनंद, beautiful, सुंदर, beggar, भिखारी. It also saw poor kids starving and listlessly walking on the streets. Word meanings: kids, बच्चे, starving, भूख से मरना, listlessly, बेवजह, street, गली. As the happy prince did not have any more precious stones He ordered the bird to remove the gold foils from his body and distribute them among the living who needed money for survival. Word meanings: order, आदेश देना, distribute, वितरण, need, आवश्यकता, survival, जीवित रहना. Gradually, the statue of the prince lost its covering of gold and became dull and grey. On the other hand, the poor became joyous as they got bread to eat. Word meanings: gradually, धीरे धीरे, lost, खोना, dull, धुंधला, joyous, खुश. The swallow bird was now unable to withstand the cold weather and realized that death was approaching. Word meanings: unable, अयोग्य, withstand, सामना करना, cold, ठंडा, approach, पहुँचना. It informed the statue that it had to leave, and the statue, who loved the bird, asked it to kiss him. Word meanings: leave, छोड़ना, love, प्रेम, ask, कहना. As the bird died and fell at the statue's feet, a strange sound came out of the statue, the sound of the breaking of his heart. Word meanings: feet, पैर, strange, अजीब, sound, आवाज, heart, दिल. Although the statue's heart was made of lead, it broke as it was overwhelmed with affection towards the bird. Word meanings: made, बना हुआ, led, सीसा, overwhelmed, अभिभूत, affection, स्नेह. When the statue was melted in the furnace, the heart did not melt and was thrown in the garbage. It landed near the swallow's body. Word meanings: melt, पिघलना, furnace, भट्टी, garbage, कचरा, near, पास में. God's angels took both the dead swallow and the broken heart to him as they were the most precious things on land. Word meanings: angel, फरिश्ता, broken, टूटा हुआ, things, वस्तुएं, land, भूमि. So children, this lesson, The Happy Prince, teaches us that we should show compassion towards the needy and help them however we can. So children, now we have completed the summary of this lesson. We will do question answers of this lesson in part 2. Okay, thank you. Bye bye.